Hi guys, you're on Illumination channel. Today I'll tell you how to play skat. Skat is a hard intellectual card game with tricks and points from Germany. It was created in 1813 in a German city, Altenburg. The game is very similar to the card game Preference, so if you are able to play Preference, then understanding understanding skat will be understanding skat is easier for you. The game is using a deck of 32 cards, and usually it has usually has French suits, uh, spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds. But some players are using different suits, so yeah. The superiority of cards in a regular non-trump suit is 7, 8, 9, Queen, King, 10 ace. Superiority of cards in a trump suit 7, 8, 9, Queen, King, 10 ace, Jack of diamonds, Jack of hearts, Jack of spades, and Jack of clubs. Jacks in this game are permanent trumps, which means that they are beating any card, even the trump is in any round. The game is played with 3 or 4 players. With 4 players, one of them will will skip will skip the round one by one. Mm, Objective. The object of the game is having the most amount of points. The usual amount of rounds is 36, but however that number is optional. You can play with less or more rounds. The dealer is determined by drawing the first round. After that, the that goes next clockwise becomes the dealer. Each each player is getting 3 cards with 3 cards at a time. Then these 2 cards are placed onto the middle. Those cards are called scat. Then players are getting 4 cards with 4 cards at a time, and 3 more cards. After that, the deal ends and the bidding begins. Before that, I need to tell you about the players' names. Names of players. The dealer is called a back player or Rahan. Leftmost player sitting near the dealer is called front player or forehand. Rightmost player sitting near the dealer is called middle player, also known as Mihenhen. Beating. The the middle player is the first player choosing. So how does the bidding work? So players are either agreeing with the amount of points they will get in a round, or they can say pass, which means that they are not agreeing. So I'm starting with 18 and 20 and 264 being the maximum amount. Players are saying their choices. The back player is joining bidding only after one opponent saying pass. the the only player that was not saying pass is winning the bidding and is also becoming a soloist. However, if and if they also say play, then they will become a soloist. But if not, then each player will say pass without saying the without saying their choice of agreeing. Then the the round ends and the new one begins. However, the round still counts as the played round, even though even though it was not played entirely. The jumps in numbers are allowed, which means that, for example, if the player, the first player can say 20 instead of 18, or the next player instead of 20 can say 22. After winning, soloist, after winning in the bidding, soloist is choosing scatter again. Scat is a round where they are getting these two scat cards, and two most useless cards are replaced with them. The two most useless cards of soloist. And is the opposite, which means that soloist is now getting the scat cards, and the two most useless cards are still in their hand. After choosing scatter again, soloist is choosing suit, also known as cabin spell, brand, or no. Suit is a round with the trump suit. The soloist is choosing one of the four suits. Grand is the opposite, which means that it's a round without a trump suit. And no is basically measure from preference, which means that soloist must get zero tricks, and the superiority of cards in that round is 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, and yes, Jacks losing are losing their power. They're just regular cards. Hmm, After choosing one of the three game types, the the bidding ends and the gameplay begins. The front player is the first player putting a card. The gameplay is very similar to the gameplay of a regular trick taking card game, which means that players must players must follow the suit. If they are not having the suit, they can put any card of their choice. The the player with the highest card wins, gets the trick and starts the next one. If players can put checks onto trumps even if the suit is incorrect. If if check is the first card, then players can put any trump. After each player losing every card, the gameplay ends and the point counting begins. The two cards of scat, or the two most useless cards of soloist, uh, are still added to the tricks uh, to the tricks of soloist, and the points are adding up to the overall amount. Soloists must get at least 61 points in the round, and so on. Uh, so how to get tricks? Oh wait, no. How players are getting points. So basically, so basically they're getting the game cost. Game cost is the suit cost multiplied with a coefficient. Coefficient is coefficient is coefficient, also known as game level, is 8 aspects. The the soloist will either get a point or will not get a point for those aspects. And before that, the 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 value of cards in points: 7, 8, 9, 0 points, Jack 2 points, Queen 3 points, King 4 points, 10 points, Ace 11 points. Suit cost: diamonds 9, hearts 10, spades 11, and clubs 12. Grand, the round without a trump suit, is 24. so so the first aspect in the coefficient is matadors. Matadors is the amount of trump cards in the round. The player will get 1 point for each trump card. The round with jack of clubs is called the game with. Also, forgot to say, the bidding is also called rising, and jack of clubs is also called old man. The round without jack of clubs is called game without. In the grand round, only jacks count. Jacks are counted, and yeah, counted. In the game without and the round suit, the 5 points is the maximum amount. Mm, and the second aspect is the bidding win. The soloist will always get 1 point for that. Chosen hand. The the soloist will get 1 point for choosing again instead of scat. Schneider. Schneider is 90 points or more in the round. Soloist will get 1 point for Schwartz. Schwartz is 120 points and every trick. The the soloist will get 1 point. Word. Word is surrounds with with exposed hand, which means that each opponent can see every card. The the if soloist will successfully win with word, then they will get 1 point. The the oh yeah, and the last two aspects is announcing Schwartz and Schneider in bidding, and if soloist will successfully get 120 points, then they'll get 2 points. Schwartz and Schneider are soloist can announce Schwartz or Schneider only in the again round. Soloist also can announce a word only with Schwartz. If soloist will get less than 61, 90, or 120, 120 points or less points than the amount in the bidding, then they will get a penalty of double game cost. They also get they will, they will also get the same penalty for getting at least one trick in the round. No. Speaking about no, the getting zero tricks in the regular no round will give 23 points. Zero tricks in the again round and no will give 35 points to the soloist. Zero tricks in no and announcing the word will give 46 points. 46 points. 0 points or zero tricks in the Gant, um, and no also announcing a word will give 59 points for soloist. So yeah, basically all of the the game cost. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the game the suit cost is the trump that the trump suit that soloist was announcing in the rounds. So yeah. Alright, I think I told you everything about this game, and goodbye.